Hey everybody, happy Sunday, happy New Year, happy Christmas. All right, that was a quick one. Didn't need to practice that much. Didn't need to practice that one that much. Anyways, happy Christmas season, guys. Yes, it is still the Christmas season. Isn't that lull between Christmas and New Year's kind of a weird little time? Do you still say Merry Christmas? I think I do. Do you say Happy New Year? Yeah. What do you say Happy New Year in the New Year or before the New Year? It's so hard. These salutations, it's so difficult. Anyways, cheers. There's one for a salutation. Happy Sunday, December 29th. Yes, it's kind of that lull in between Christmas and New Year's. Hopefully you're off work. Some people have to work. My son had to cut his time short with our family because he had to work, a retail guy. So, um, yeah, I know a lot of retail people, and unfortunately, we have to work. Hopefully, you're not a retail person. Our school is closed right now, but we're doing still a lot of work. We still got to do all our payroll and everything else, and all that kind of stuff too. A lot of the behind the scenes stuff, and just getting ready for the new year. Um, how was your 2024? How was it? I think 2024, for us, our family, our school, my musical situation, and all that kind of stuff, started off kind of, well, for our music school that we run, it wasn't that great in the beginning of 2024. And thankfully, now that we've come to the end of 2024, we're seeing a real resurgence and a lot of great stuff happening. And we finally feel that it's going to be okay. And then I hope a lot of people out there are feeling like it's going to be okay. COVID was a terrible thing. After COVID, we kind of were all excited to be interacting again and being able to do stuff like concerts and stuff like that. But I think we spent a lot of money and the economy was bad. So a lot of people were feeling all the feel of COVID, the financial feel of COVID a couple years later. And businesses are businesses are still closing. People are hanging on. The big box people are taking over for the little guys, which really sucks. But we're still here, and 2025 will be a better year, I feel, for everybody. I played a little bit of Allman Brothers because we lost a lot of people in 2024 as usual. There's a huge list. I can't find a list. I'm looking on here trying to find something that I can name off everybody quickly. You could do that quickly, like the Grammy Awards, bang, 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 bang. But I can't find an actual comprehensive list, so I'm gonna miss some people here. But Dickie Betts, in the world of my show, is classic rock and guitar, and a lot of hard rock, heavy metal kind of stuff. Dickie Betts, I think probably one of the few guitar players of note, other than John Mayall, who we passed away. Wayne Kramer from the MC5. It wasn't my age group for my genre, so I know they're builders of rock and roll, but I wasn't a huge MC5 person. Maybe I will be somewhere down the road. But I think in the guitar world, I can guarantee I'm forgetting somebody. But I think Dickie Betts was the one that we lost. It was in kind of the classic rock guitar, Allman Brothers, Dickie Betts band. So he's gone. I'm into my unsung heroes, as you might know about me. I'll talk about people who maybe weren't that huge, but James Kotek he was a drummer for. We first saw him when Kingdom Come came out. You remember the band Kingdom Come? Sounded exactly like Zeppelin. And some people, I knew people that thought it was Zeppelin. That maybe Zeppelin's put out an album and just says, when I call it Led Zeppelin, so they're going to call it Kingdom Come. But it wasn't Kingdom Come. I'm sorry, it wasn't Led Zeppelin, it was Kingdom Come. James Kotek was the drummer for Kingdom Come, died at an early age of 61. If you saw him on one of those reality shows, those things, he was on there and not in great shape. kind of the Steven Adler type of world of drummers, maybe. Played in the Scorpions. Yeah, I'm mentioning him because he's an unsung hero. We also lost in the tail end of the year Jack Russell from Great White. Um, Terrible loss to the metal world. Again, an unsung hero. I mentioned Wayne Kramer and John Mayall from the Blues Breakers, blues guitarist. Uh, and in our Canadian world, we lost Fritz, Greg Heinz, the drummer for Helix, which was, in my community of friends and probably a lot of people who watch this show. That was a big loss for the Canadian hard rock, heavy metal world. I know I went to see Helix with a bunch of bands at Rama. I think it was the tail end of 2022, possibly. And Helix was just in fine form there. Unfortunately, Fritz was not there. And had lots of health issues with cancer. Had an accident a couple years back, falling off the roof of his house. Lives right here in Brantford, Ontario, where I live. And great drummer from Sire, Jamie. Jamie is taking over the helm. Jamie, if you're watching, great job, man. I saw you but yeah, Fritz, another tough loss. And as I go through a list of people here, which is kind of not comprehensive, there's pictures and stuff and like that kind of thing, and they're putting every little person, well, I mean, everyone deserves a tribute, but everybody who actually passed away is in this. C.J. Snare, another unsung hero. You might not even know who C.J. Snare is, but he's the singer for a band called Firehouse, which was big in the '80s. Firehouse I have a soft spot for Firehouse because my wife, when we got together and moved in together a long time ago, before we were married, Angela had this CD which was called Good Acoustics by Firehouse. It was all their big hits and most of their songs on acoustic. You can't find this CD anymore. And we couldn't find it in this house for a long time, which was kind of scary. It's not on Spotify or anything like that. So I did finally find the CD for her, and it's great. It's a great CD. Sadly, he died at the age of 64, which is another one that's very young, like James Cottock. Firehouse still continues without him as a tribute right now, but I saw Firehouse open for Tesla at the C&E Coliseum, which is now called Coca-Cola Center now, I think. They changed the names of these things for corporate sponsorship to pay for stuff. Hey, you gotta pay for stuff. But yeah, I saw them there. They opened for Tesla, and they're a great band. They're kind of in that hair metal zone and that kind of thing. Like I said, let's just talk about guitar players, heavy rock people that are unsung heroes, like Dwayne Eddy, who died of '86. Dwayne Eddy was a guitar player, solo artist. Richard Tandy, keyboard player for ELO, passed away. And we're going to try and end on a high note. This one has actors in it. I don't need actors. Why actors? Let's do musicians. Come on. Anyways, you guys can chime in with comments for anybody I missed. Quincy Jones was one. There were a lot of producers, types, and that kind of thing that passed away too. So sadly, we lose more and more of our heroes every year. Some years worse than others. It's been a tough one. Greg Kinn, there's an unsung hero. Greg Kinn. I lost my love's in jeopardy or whatever that's on. Greg Kinn, the Greg Kinn band. There, another one. So anyways, let me know in the comments who I forgot. I'm sure I forgot someone huge, and it's gonna be very embarrassing for me. But anyways, I hope everybody had a great 2024. Like I said, some high points. Concerts are back in full form. Taylor Swift has taken over the concert world, and if you would like her or not, she has kind of changed the world as far as concerts go, as far as an artist coming in. I don't think there'll be an artist who can do that ever again. It's going to be tough, but hopefully there is, because that would mean music is flourishing and healthy and good. Um, I think a lot of us, like myself, might be caught in this classic rock world where maybe we think nothing's good out there. Let's just listen to our old music. I know a lot of people who are of that type of thinking, but there is a lot of great music out there. Unfortunately, we can't. We don't have radio anymore to dictate. Good or bad thing. Sometimes the CanCon created some careers for some bands that maybe wouldn't have had a bigger career. Naming any names. Um, but I saw Rick Wakeman a little. I guess he's going to be interviewed on Beato, and Rick Wakeman said how Spotify, or he called it shitify, but Spotify kind of ruins everything. Where now artists don't make any money. What's your motivation other than the song in your heart to write a mass amount of music that's not going to make any money? That was kind of his point. He also said, record stores were an amazing thing. We went to a record store, we looked at an album. Maybe you were standing beside someone you don't know, and they say, "Hey, man, what was that?" And you go back and you get it. And then a real cool point that he made was when you go to stream something or download something off of Spotify or any of those streaming platforms, you're looking for something. You're going to get something. Hey, I heard about this band. I'm going to get it. When you go to a record store, you're looking for something and you might not find it. It might be sold out, but you might grab something else. You might grab a couple other albums, which we did, and just experimented and found more things. Maybe kids are doing that. I know my kids are always going down a rabbit hole of this band open for this band. Let me check out that band. Oh, they're good. So they're always listening to stuff that I've never ever heard of, and a lot of people haven't heard of because that's how we discovered the Struts. That's how we discovered Dirty Honey, those bands. So there is hope. There is hope, even though the songwriter is not making a lot of cash these days in this day and age in 2025. Maybe this will turn around in 2025. Who knows? I know recording live off the floor has become in vogue again. The cutting and pasting has kind of gone away for the rootsy bands. Live off the floor is always better. I interviewed Jimmy Kunis, great singer, on Noel Club's show earlier this year, and the first thing I noticed when I listened to his album was it was all recorded live off the floor, basic tracks, and then they overdubbed. Of course, there's always overdubs. But let's get back to that, guys. Let's get back to that. Anyways, cheers. Happy New Year. If you're in the Hamilton, West End of Toronto region tonight, a rare Sunday night show, Bridge on Fire will be playing their whole show, our whole show, at Stonewalls in Hamilton on York Street. We will be getting an early start. I believe 8:30. Short breaks, lots of music, lots of new songs. There might be some Iron Maiden. There might be some Motley Crue. We've been doing Home Sweet Home for a long time, but we might put another song in. Cheers. Again, savor the holiday. Even though Christmas is over, the gifts are over, and all the food is done, we have no more turkey in our fridge. We ate it all in the last 3 days. Still enjoy. New Year's is coming. I'm not a big New Year's guy, but maybe you guys are. But again, savor it. Hopefully everyone's got the entire week off next week too, and then we start the January laws. And I won't be here to talk about that. I'll talk about something happy. I'll still be here. 251 shows today. Thank you for watching. See you later. Bye-bye.